Welcome back. This is day number 6 of the Coach Sneak Peek. Thank you for listening in so far. I know it's been a long week, a lot of information, and we still have 2 more days to go. But I think we're starting to get to the meat of things, and let me kind of get right into it. So the last couple days we talked about the 3 habits of success. Have the right information, create a daily habit, and today we're going to talk about doing consistently. Yesterday I talked about the 3 vital behaviors of a coach, which are invite, personal development, and be a product of the product. So obviously you're here because you've been doing Beachbody products or you've been working out, and I've identified leadership qualities in you. And so you're a product of the product in the sense that you've developed a habit, you've been working out, you enjoy it. And because you're sharing your journey on FitCore Fit Nation, that other people are noticing that too. And so you have the ability to inspire other people also. The personal development, that's obviously what the AHA is. In the FitCore sense, in the Fit Nation sense, we've been using it as a way to journal what we've learned about our fitness. But as the business sense, as a coach, personal development in terms of personal development books, things of that nature, that's what's really going to help. That's the X factor. So the only thing that you're really not doing up to this point, or you may be doing, is inviting people to on your journey with you, specifically in your own groups. So that's basically the wrap up of the first 2 days. The third day, the third step is doing it consistently. That's what we need to realize is that each person is built differently, and we all have our different passions and different things that we want to focus on and different goals. So there's many different ways of success. Being a coach may or may not be for you. If you don't enjoy helping people get in shape, this is not your job for you. If you don't enjoy working out, this is not for you. But the reason that you're in this group is because I've seen those qualities while you've gone through the challenges, and that you've shown that. The key is this a long-term thing for you? Because that's the only way you're going to be successful in this business, is to do it consistently over a long period of time. And it's a little bit different too from the fitness aspect. As you can see, it's been kind of frustrating. You work out for 60 days and you may not see the results right away, but you feel great, or whatever the case may be. Business is a little bit different. That time horizon is even a little bit longer, and the frustration is a little bit higher, because now we're talking about money and dealing with people. So there's a little bit different stress when it comes to that. But the formula to success I mentioned before is exactly the same. You do those 3 basic fundamental keys of daily activities of a coach, you will be successful over time. Now that success is dependent really on the level of what you want. Some coaches are making 6-figure incomes. Some coaches are just making a couple extra $100 a month, and that's their definition of success. Whatever that is for you, if you decide to become a coach, I'm here to help you with that. And that brings me to the other point. Your level of success will only be determined by how many people you help. So let me let that sink in for a second. So as a coach, if you want to be successful in this business, it is a direct reflection of how many people you help. So, if it's about the money for you, or if it's about if you focus on the money, if you focus on things, you're gonna suffer. It's gonna come across when you deal with people. People are gonna see right through that. It has to be something that you're passionate about. It has to be something that you're willing to give out and not expect anything in return other than their results. And the same thing goes with as building a business too. As bringing on other people, there's obviously, when you bring on other coaches, there's an override, and I'll get it. If you decide to become a coach, I'll go more in detail with that. But the things that you mentioned in your ideal life in the beginning of the Coach Sneak Peek, that now becomes, when you become a coach under me, that becomes my burden. I want to see you succeed in your ideal life. And when you succeed in your ideal life, as a direct result, or as a benefit, I get satisfaction out of that, and I also get to realize my ideal life, and that's how it works. So this whole business model is built around helping other people, and if that's something that appeals to you, then that is going to be great. That you're going to do well in this business, because like I mentioned earlier, the lead time with fitness, as you can see, is for 60 days. It's not easy to be consistent for 60 days and work out consistently and have your diet perfect. I mean, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. But in business, the lead time's longer too. So it takes longer to get things done. You're dealing with people, you're dealing with money. There's a little bit more frustration, it's a little bit longer. So that needs to take into account. So you have to understand, if this is not something you're passionate about, if you're not wired to want to help other people, see other people succeed, this is probably not the business for you. So I don't want you to go in with false expectations that you're gonna hit it out of the bat and make ridiculous amounts of money. And there are people that have, but they're the outliers. I mean, only out of the 200,000 coaches that are Beachbody coaches, only 1% ever make it to Diamond, which is just really, then you're just really starting in the business. So that kind of gives you an idea of the difficulty in it. But like all things, if you're doing things consistently, can a couple $100s a month make a difference for you? That's really, let's start out small. That's really the expectations that you should have in the first year anyways. If that would make a difference in your life, then we should talk. Because this doesn't have to be a full-time business for you. As a matter of fact, my goal is to work a part-time career and have a full-time family. So even when I do build it to a certain level, I only want to work 3 to 4 hours a day and have the rest of the day to spend with my family and have the freedom to travel. That's part of my ideal lifestyle. So I mentioned about Shakeology. That is the cornerstone of our business. As you know, I'll talk about certain themes over and over again, and obviously creating the daily habit, that's the big one. So you notice that it's not so much, when I talk about the groups, it's not so much, hey, join my group and you're going to lose 10 pounds in the first month. I never talk about that, because each person is different. It all depends on how much work they put into it. But it's about creating a daily habit, because you want people to have a healthy lifestyle and be with you for the long journey. So that's a big part of it. The other thing I don't talk about is, it's about being healthy. It's not just about looking a certain way. And that's where Shakeology comes into play. The whole business model is built around Shakeology. It's about that shake will give you the most nutrition that you need for the whole day. And it's the way that you create a recurring revenue stream in your business. So if you do become a coach, I'll explain to you and show you how to position it, how it's beneficial for people, how it's going to help people reach their goals, but also maintain their goals and maintain being healthy. Because if it's always about just losing weight, as soon as they lose the weight, they're going to stop. So that's why it needs to be a continual habit, is to create a daily habit and keep it, and go beyond that and creating new goals. Because once you get your health under control, as we talked about in the life wheel, once that area of life, if you got that figured out, you're able to move on to other things. It gives you the strength and confidence to do that, and that's the point. And that's what Shakeology kind of helps do. It helps you keep your energy levels up. It makes sure that you have the right vitamins and nutrients that gives you the focus that you need for the day, and helps your body be healthy. So then you can, once that habit is established, then you can start working on other areas of your life. It just becomes a part of you. So tomorrow we're going to talk about, we're going to talk a little about what your, I want you to think about, what is that number for you? What do you want? What do you need to make? What do you need to make if you were to become a coach? How much money do you need to make a month for it to be meaningful for you? And how much time are you willing to put into that? Now, take into account everything we talked about this week. You have your ideal life. you have your life wheel where you are now. I've described to you the process to be successful as a Beachbody coach. How much time are you willing to set aside to do that? And then with that, how much money would you like to make? At less, and give it a time frame, if it's 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and then I'll work with you to see whether or not it's, that's feasible or not. I'll put some numbers. We'll put some numbers to paper and work this out. And then on Sunday, we're going to schedule what's called a Zoom call. It's like a video conference for you to ask any more questions that you have, and that will end this coach sneak peek. So I know this video is a little bit long. I apologize for that. But there's a lot of information in here. Of course, if you have any questions, just leave it out there for us. Private message me or put it in the group thing for everyone to see if it's a general question. And that's what we're here for.